To begin, remove the front wheel from the vehicle. Unbolt the sensor line from the strut body. On the opposite side, unbolt the brake line from the brake line bracket. Remove the two nuts and bolts holding the strut to the hub of the vehicle. Under the hood, remove the 3 bolts holding the strut mount to the shock tower, and the factory suspension can now be removed from the wheel well. The Raceland coilover can now be positioned into the strut tower. Be sure to line the camber plate slide in the correct orientation before installing. Bolt the coilover onto the shock tower with the 3 supplied bolts. Lift the hub onto the coilover mount and use factory hardware to bolt into position. Reattach the sensor line to the side of the coilover mount. On the opposite side, attach the brake line to the brake line bracket. You can now reinstall the front wheel, and the installation for this corner is complete. To begin the rear, remove the wheel from the vehicle. Remove the single nut and bolt holding the lower shock mount to the hub of the vehicle. Remove the bottom and side carpet pieces in the trunk with any associated clips to gain access to the shock tower. Remove the 2 bolts holding the factory suspension to the shock tower. The strut can now be removed from the vehicle. Slide the Raceland coilover into position in the shock tower and secure the top mount with the 2 supplied bolts. Once the shock is bolted to the shock tower, you can now reinstall any carpet pieces and clips that were removed from the trunk. Slide the factory bolt through the lower mount of the coilover and tighten the factory bolt to secure. You can now reinstall the rear wheel, and the installation for this corner is complete.